Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Dick Johnson, with April 2011, this month in Los Santos. We begin this month with the gossip column. Various eyewitnesses have spotted Lori Toro, local receptionist at the Pit Tattoo Parlor in the El Burro district, in the arms of local lawyer Sam Hammond, and not just a friendly embrace either. You may remember in last month's edition, Laura Toro has been thought to be dating the Vanilla Unicorn's owner, the mysterious Italian figure Mario Stefanelli. And she has been seen going down the Great Desert Highway in Mr. Stefanelli's vehicle, though he ultimately loses our tail. So no one knows if he lives out there or if he's just taken Lori to some two-bit shack after some fine dining for a night of action. What will happen next? We will just wait and see. Next, as you've no doubt already know from Beck's Final Bite, there is a new movie being shot on Richards Majestic Studio grounds, produced by Solomon Richards and executive producer and new to the scene, Ricky Goldstein. We don't know much of Goldstein at the moment, but with a project of this caliber, this could be a make or break for the new lad, because Vinewood doesn't tolerate mediocre. And speaking of Vinewood, we begin our crime section. 3 major crimes sparked off this month that seem straight out of a Vinewood action movie. We begin with an incident that started at the docks in the industrial area. At roughly 8 a.m., an E-Cola mule backed into a warehouse, but this wasn't any routine job. 2 masked men exited the truck armed to the teeth. The driver quickly dispatched the first armed guard watching the warehouse where the private military company, Meriwether, were unloading a shipment of weapons with a spray from his Gussenberg sweeper. Next, his partner shot the next soldier who came around the warehouse, alerted by the noise, before they quickly dispatched the 2 remaining guards. 4 employees of Meriwether died that day, along with a further 12 wounded, because the havoc didn't stop there. The same E-Cola truck was spotted going past Ron's Wind Farm later that day, pursued by 3 off-road Canis Mesas in pursuit, each carrying 4 armed Meriwether employees. The passenger of the E-Cola mule shot the tires out of the first Mesa, which spun wildly out of control, taking the other 2 with it. You'd think that for a private military company they'd have better staff than what they currently do. The E-Cola truck was not spotted again. Next, major bank robbery takes place along the Great Ocean Highway. 3 men came into the bank, 2 armed with Hawken Little submachine guns, and the 3rd armed with a Hawken Little bullpup rifle. The suspects fired shots into the air and peppering the ceiling with bullet holes upon entering the bank, and demanded everyone get down, paying close attention to the teller and guards to ensure nothing was alarmed. The suspects, armed with rifle, threatened the teller with his firearm and demanded she open the safe. The teller, fearful for her life, did as she demanded and wept like a little schoolgirl in the corner as the culprits emptied the contents of the vault into the carry-on bags. The suspects were last seen by a bystander passing the bank, running to Lago Zancudo, hopping on a boat and zipping northeast towards the Alamo Sea where the trail was lost. And finally, 3 armed men pull a major heist over on Stu Steffner, owner, recluse, and creator of Tomcat magazine. This magazine, as you may be aware, is targeted toward heterosexual adult men. Mr. Steffner, with his personal harem of Tomcat kittens, is known for his riches and his reluctance to keep his cash in the banks. Was robbed at one of his famous parties, which ironically had Sam Hammond of all people and Reginald Tenpenny, former police chief, who after leaving the force due to injury found himself in Vinewood's film industry, working for none other than Ricky Goldstein. Isn't it funny how these things work out? The 3 culprits entered the premises by jumping over a locked gate. The first suspect was threw his gun over the fence in one of the surveillance camera's blind spots. They were later picked up, all masked, spreading out on surveillance camera. One, wearing a keeping mask and armed with a submachine gun, was seen approaching the partygoers, spraying shots into the air and demanding the partygoers get down. One of them quickly dispatched a security officer on duty that night by shooting him in the kneecap. The security guard survived but is expected to have knee trouble for the remainder of his life due to the bullet having shattered the bone. and guarded entrance in the slight chance someone came to investigate. What can I say, Stu? You were known for having fireworks displays and have been fined by the city for firing shots in the air in your drunken revelry. You brought this on yourself. Mr. Steffner suffered losses of $475,000 from his personal safe, and one of the partygoers had a 12.5 grand Rolex stolen. Tune in next month for This Month in Los Santos. Reporter Dick Johnson. Over and out.